Welcome to my channel. I'm your host Orgo Azan, and today I'll be giving my final thoughts on the final day of this year, 2022. And to start things off with, I'm just pretty grateful where I'm at right now. Right now, I have two jobs. I got a living arrangement with a close friend that I haven't seen in years, and I've been able to change the lives of at least two men I've known who both had their own issues or directions when it came to the relationship. In one way or another, they're doing what they can to better themselves, and that's something I can always appreciate with anybody that's doing whatever they can to improve themselves, or at the very least have more self-awareness of their own tendencies and their own, I guess, motivations. Because, man, when I started my little journey of self improvement, or I guess glory, you could say, to whatever kind of endeavor I was getting into, it was quite of a motivational, inspirational experience, especially when I started seeing the signs and signals that led me to a certain path that brought me to right now. And I just don't know how I even made it this far in life, and I generally appreciate everyone that's helped me along the way, because without those people and without me doing what I can to improve on myself, I would not be in the position where I'm at. And unfortunately, a lot of people right now don't even have that kind of chance or experience to be doing something like that. And I can understand that. It's quite easy to just do everything alone, do what you can on your own, because that's what we're kind of taught to do. We're kind of taught to have maybe not a specific goal, but to be moving towards something as far as careers, family, uh, just home in general. But that's not really something that I worry personally, because at least the saying, home is where the heart is. So at the end of the day, I could be homeless, and I still know I have people in my heart that I still will keep home every day, like my mentor. Even though my experience with them, as inspiring and as motivating as it was, unfortunately at the very end, being as self-aware as I am with my tendencies and with how I went about everything before his last few videos, it's been quite a process on my end to really communicate with you guys, especially on that sort of journey and endeavor I've had with my mentor. And I wanted to apologize because I really wanted to get into it much, much earlier. But after having a chance to sort of grow as my own man, kind of see where I am as far as what I can do as a man, I'm a little bit more confident and more, I won't say contempt, but I guess at peace now, even though this one little thing has been kind of been eating in the back of my head for a long time. And I think I've grown a mental fortitude on that, which helps me out at work at least, because, well, time is money, and with money comes time in general, and I've had a lot of it through just the grind. And sometimes the grind isn't the most easiest thing to go through, especially knowing your own tendencies. I know I was personally a slacker before all this, so for me to now suddenly have at least two jobs already, it's quite of a crazy transformation as far as career wise. And honestly, I think that's just because of all the things I've learned and been able to kind of keep in the back of my mind. It keeps me focused and self-aware with everything I'm doing. I think everybody at least should have a chance to experience, because it changes a lot as far as, I guess, psychology of things. I mean, it's no real surprise that if you grow up with maybe out a dad, for example, you're not going to have the integrity or the respect for other people that are older than you that you should have already have developed to a degree. Now, I'm not saying you should respect everybody that doesn't respect you, but understanding humbleness, understanding how to have integrity, it's not something that just is dropped upon you. It takes time, and it takes, I guess, connections, which I generally have a pretty good grasp on since I've been able to see all these signs and signals, especially after my dad passed away, which was a lot on my end. And I guess that was probably why I've sort of had this obsession with my mentor, especially when I saw his channel, because the idea of having somebody to look up to and feeling like you're able to reach out to them at any point, I don't know, it's I guess it's like as if you're trying to put your hands out in the sky and you have like an angel kind of carrying you to fly to a degree, if that makes any sense. That's the sort of feeling I've had with those two specific people that I've had much respect and, I guess, fulfillment wise of being able to experience with. And it's been a long time now. It's been a few years since my dad passed away, and it's already been a few years since my mentor kind of left the internet. And it's probably for the best, at least for me, because I've definitely could say I've grown. And while yes, behind the scenes it's tragic, and I know this, I know at the end of the day, though, it's not the end because I'm still alive, and the way I look at it, I'm still Itachi's living legacy. With that said, I want to take a moment to defend Itachi Reloaded's name. People have called him a scammer. I remember Mr. Jones calling him a copycat, which isn't true, but I can understand his perspective when he says that, because one of Itachi's videos was my first conversation with him, and that video was never let your inner child die. Now, if you're a subscriber to Itachi's videos, you would have immediately saw the paradox with one of his older videos that he made called Kill the Boy Inside You. And he even points that out, and he pretty much acknowledges that specific video as part 2. And for me, the way I look at it, it's quite symbolic, because like it's pretty much saying that I'm the second half of Itachi, and it's kind of like a yin yang thing we had going, because I've always seen the lighter side of things and do whatever I can to bring light to a better opportunity for myself, Itachi, and those around us. And while yes, we have two very different point of views as far as how we see the world, we were able to still find a middle ground between each other, and know whatever information we have, we could be able to spread to other people to benefit themselves. But I guess Mr. Jones didn't really grasp that kind of concept and wanted to hoard all the informations, the secrets to himself, and just keep it in a bottle so that nobody else could take advantage of him, which I don't think that's the right way to go about life at all. But to each their own. I'm just here to tell you that through my experience with Tachi, he is the best mentor and he is my hero. And it's just sad to see him gone now, and when I have so much I still want to say.
At the very least, I could do my part as Itachi's living legacy to share my hero's journey behind the scenes through Itachi's videos over the years. And hopefully we'll have some fun along the way. So if that does happen, be sure to grab your popcorns and enjoy the show. But until then, we'll have to close the curtains for here and look forward to next year. So you guys,
You have a happy New Year's, and don't forget, war goes on.